So welcome along guys with Eclipse Motorcycles, out with RB again, and we're looking at this today. This is the Lexmoto Michigan Cruiser 125cc Euro 4, and just looking around the bike, absolutely gorgeous. This is what they call industrial grey, but I know it as silver. Nice cruiser style handlebars, nice big wide mirrors on this one, LED indicators, and just looking at it, what a stunning bike this is. Ignition key is on the side on this one, and those nice running boards. You've not got foot pegs on this, you have the running boards, and these do hinge up, so should you want to lean it over a little bit, they will have a little bit of give. They're not going to catch on the road. Nice long pipe on this one, and you've got disc brakes to front and back. Nice shocks to the back end as well, in the black and chrome, and then that nice tail end with the number plate sitting up high, and that LED rear light to the back, and a nice white LED rear light on top of that just to light up the number plate. Nice set of pillion pegs on this one as well. So just looking at that bike, we're just going to sit on the bike and just show you the clocks on this one. So very easy just to look at the clocks. Now it's got a side stand and a main stand on this one. Very easy just to look. Miles per hour, 11 o'clock, and then 50 to 60 mile an hour, you're looking around about 2 o'clock on this one. On the right hand handlebars, we've got the engine stop, the running lights on that, and then your start button. Across on the left hand side, we've got the hazard light switch, we've got the main beam, low beam, indicators, and the horn just to the back. When you first start this up with the key on, goes through its cycle, and then obviously all your lights are down here on the bottom. So you've got neutral, first, second, third, fourth and fifth. Indicators will appear up here, main beam, engine management light. So very easy to see all those controls just by looking down. And these mirrors, absolutely super wide. I've got literally zero shoulder in this mirror here, but I've got a good view of the road behind me, and the same goes for the mirror over this side as well, so a nice view of the road behind me as well. So just going to fire this one up, and lovely sound from that engine as well. Now the riding position, it's got a nice tucked in seat on this one, very low seat, and we're just going to pull this out into traffic and do my normal ride test again, get the mileage on this bike. So as you see, I'm popping it down into first gear selected, and it comes up. It's weird how the neutral light is across this side. I thought they would have had first, neutral second, but neutral is always on the left. So we're just going to pull this out into traffic, hook it up to 40 mile an hour, work our way through the box. Very easy to see what gear I'm in, currently in fourth, then up to fifth. All those lights in red, so it does light up very well on this one. And very quickly up to 40 mile an hour. Obviously, as I say in loads of our videos, road testing, we are limited to 41, about 42, 43 maximum, but we always try and stay around the 40. So going to get the mileage on, and currently 2 miles on the bike, and do my normal ride test. So coming through the box, clutch in, and loads of brake, and oh, that really pulls down very well on the front brake. We'll do the same on the back brake when we're coming in down the dual carriageway, and we're coming on the back brake on that one. As I say, super wide mirrors, perfect view of the road. I've got both lanes in these mirrors, so nice set of mirrors on this. No blind spots whatsoever, but I would always say make sure that you do your shoulder checks, and just obviously be aware of the traffic around you. So just wait for the lights to change. So we're going to pull out into the traffic, second, third, fourth, fifth, and give it some torque from low revs. And in from fifth gear at very low revs, straight up to 40. There we go. So about 2-3 seconds to get us up to 40, and then just ease it back a little bit. There we go. So currently sitting 42 mile an hour, and just lock the wrist off, and we'll sit comfortably there. Now obviously these bars on this, the handlebars are very, very wide, which makes it for a really stable bike. I've got perfect control of these handlebars. I've got a very, very bad crosswind today. If you've seen the previous 2 ride videos that I put up, these have all been ridden on the same day. We've done the 2 ZSBs today, and the crosswind out here is absolutely horrendous. But this bike is planted, even with one hand off the bar, absolutely nothing at all. So our bike is very, very planted. Some good set of rubber on this again. And the bike's plodding along, doing what it needs to do for the purposes of running. Occupying position 1 again. And obviously I'm very, very aware with these super wide mirrors of what is going on around me. So it's going to be a couple of times up and down the dual carriageway on this. That'll add our mileage on. And then we'll see where we go from there. We'll take it down into town, do some urban mileage. Now the only downside, this is the only cruiser that Lexmoto do, apart from obviously their range, which is no longer available. And then the price of the you're looking at just short of 2,500 for one of those motorcycles. This one comes in at 1650, plus obviously your on the road fees, which still makes it a good bike even with the on the road fees at 1840. So you're saving yourself about £700 against the price of a and the Michigan does everything that you'd expect a cruiser bike to do. Feet, I'd say, are a good 5 or 6 inches forward of level, and the riding position is very, very comfortable. Now I am not a lover of cruisers. I absolutely detest cruiser bikes because of the riding style, because I am feet forward, yet this is very, very comfortable. So honest opinion guys, as a sports bike rider, this is a very, very comfortable bike. If you've got loads and loads of miles to do, you don't want the backache of sports bikes, you don't want the leg ache of being on a sports bike, wrist ache, arm ache, elbow ache, the whole lot that you would associate with sports bike riding. Because obviously riding a sports bike in slower speeds, there is no wind resistance across the front of your chest, so you're going to end up with achy everythings. Cruiser bike, more of an upright position, feet forward, a lot more leg room, and you could sit comfortably on one of these, I'd say, for at least 50-60 miles before you'd need to have a break and take it easy. So just double checking the mirrors, quick shoulder check as we come in, and these controls very, very easy on the front to get to. I do like that. So we're just going to flip out to the second lane, and obviously awares of cars around you, and in the mirrors I've got a perfect view of that car behind me, whether you can just about see him in the mirrors. Obviously my camera's on the side of the helmet, and then we're just going to come in on that rear brake, and you can see the combined braking does dip the front end very, very well, so does what it needs to. Gear changes are very, very smooth again. This time coming in on the front gently. I'm pulling away from forward gear, low torque. It's nice. And it does lean very, very well for a cruiser. Then once again coming in on the front brake, dips the front end. On the back brake, same thing again. And obviously got new brake pads in this, so I'm just trying to wear them in gently. But very easy to just look down, see what gear I'm in. You're going to get no confusion about where am I on the gearbox with this one. And those brakes do pull up so good. coming across the first lane, and the best thing is I do like slipstreaming back of lorries. Loses the wind all in the face by slipstreaming a lorry. Obviously making him aware that I am hereby either holding position 1 so he can see me, or position 3 so he can see me on the outside of his lorry. Firstly up at position 1, and just coming out into traffic, and as you can see up on the dashboard, that indicator light flashing away. Quick shoulder check, and we're back out into traffic. And just easing it back a bit. Let's take it back to 42 again. The one thing with these, they do get up to speed very, very quickly, these Michigans. Now the front end on this obviously is a thinner tyre, being a cruiser, than what you would get on your ZSBs or your LXRs, and it's designed like that, but the back tyre on this is quite a large one, so plenty of grip off the rear end with a little skinny on the front, and it works well in conjunction. So a very, very good set of tyres on this. And here we go again, we're back out into the second lane. Just obviously shoulder checking, double checking, and dominating the lane. And still a few more K to add on to this clock. Obviously I like to shoulder check, but with these mirrors I've got a perfect view of what is going on behind. Knees nicely tucked into the tank. I'd say we're about 2/3 of the way up the tank with my kneecaps, so nice and comfortable on the tank. Just a nice little bit of grip going on. Now there are loads of options to upgrade any of your bikes. You can add things like the Lextech cans. They do the lighting kits for these as well. You can upgrade the headlights. So loads of little bits of add-ons you can get if you look in the old CMPO, Chinese Motorcycle Parts online. And of course your exhaust cans you can find on the Lextech products. So LEXTEK, Lextech products. Go and have a look at some of the stuff that they do. So 42 mile an hour, and we're still poddling along, and so far 10k in. Now as always we would say 40 mile an hour, 311 miles, 500k. Well, that's easy to remember looking up on this dashboard here. 500k, and then once you've got your first service out the way, you can do 50 mile an hour. 50 mile an hour up to 1500 kilometers, and then 932 miles. Second service, get that out of the way, you are good to go. Now, obviously loads of people have owned the Michigans, and they've all said what a barrel of fun this is. It is lovely. Nice big fuel tank as well, so you could expect to go for quite a while on a decent tank of fuel. And what we're going to do this time is I'm just going to see what it's like pulling up a hill. So normally we would go round this roundabout, back down the dual carriageway. What I'm going to do is take it up what we call the Brickhill Hill. So just pulling it down on the gearbox and in on the front brake. So just waiting for the lights to change, and then we'll get back out into the traffic. And we are off. So just pushing it through the roundabout, nice and gentle, taking it nice and easy on this new rubber. And we're up to 5th gear, and I'm going to lock the throttle out and see. So I'm going to lock this at 42, there we go, and hold the throttle in the same position. We're just going to see what it's like, keeping the throttle in the same position, what a 1 in 5 hill would do to this bike. Do I need to change my throttle position? So we're going to try and hold this at 42. Wrists locked out, and it does drop it a little bit. It drops it to 40, and it's still chugging away at 40 mile an hour. But obviously that engine is working to climb this hill. Coming down the other side, I could literally let off the throttle and just let it do some work. So yeah, it does obviously a big hill, locking the throttle out. I had 42 up on my throttle, and I've not moved my throttle position 1 iota, and I'm just dropped 2 mile an hour, just so I'm back down just to over 40 now. But obviously I can hear that engine working to push me up the hill. Same amount of fuel, same amount of power being delivered into the engine, but obviously it's having to work to do the job to climb the hill. So we're just going to come off here and then come down the other side of the dual carriageway and add a few more K on the clock. And what I do love, obviously, riding around in Milton Keynes, a couple of minutes out of the city, and there's just woodland, twisty roads everywhere. So there we go, I'm on the flat again, I'm back up to 42. So there's not much difference in where we are, but obviously coming up a hill, you'd give it a little bit more beans anyway. But it does the job. Just coming down, blind corner, pull back out. I'm going to come back down the other side of this dual carriageway now. And straight into position 1. And I've got a tiny bit of throttle on, and I'm doing 40 mile an hour, so you can obviously see how steep this hill is. Obviously it might not show it very well on the camera. And a quick shoulder check before we move out into traffic. So as you come down the other side, you can see obviously I'm not even touching, well, I'm giving it the tiniest bit of, literally that much throttle, and the bike's doing 44 on its own. So it's a big old steep hill this, but what a view of Milton Keynes you've got as you come down the hill. Just rolling countryside before you go into the city. And this obviously is my favourite bit of road where I come out from home, and I love to barrel down here at a fair rate of knots. I'm not going to tell you how fast, but obviously a fair rate of knots. But then obviously that puts me on the A5 as well, which is the main dual carriageway through Milton Keynes. Most of the bikers know it as the test run, because obviously Sunday mornings, no plod about, that's where we tend to wind it up. So gorgeous little view we've got over Milton Keynes there, and as we come round the corner, just look at all that countryside, all those rolling trees for miles.